Hey guys, Kimpolian here again. Yes, it's dark. It's creepy. I wanted to do this for Friday the 13th, a little spooky time. But I looked on the calendar. The next Friday the 13th ain't gonna happen until June. It's January. So I'm like, nah, fuck that business. So, sorry. I just saw, you know what? Maybe I'll talk about some spooky things. Ooh, let you divulge in a little bit of my childhood. I just got the itches. Okay. So, anyways, I decided I will talk about ghost experiences I had in my childhood. And it's really not that much to go by because I didn't really have too many. They all just they just happened in the same house, really. Okay, so anyways, just set you guys up. My mother, she was in the army for quite some time. Eventually, she joined the reserves and she got to live in Houston with her parents, aka my maternal grandpadres. Okay, so, okay. Oh my god. So, we had to live with them, and they lived in a not so great house. It was kind of, small. And so, I'll put a screenshot right here. And as you could see, hold on. As you can see, it's not too big. It's probably one of the smallest houses that I have been to. And that truck that's parked right there doesn't belong to any of my family. Um, so that's not ours. And you can see on the haha, I forgot sides. On the left side of the house, there's another house right there, and on the right, there's like this sort of building place. That's exactly how it looks to this day. And that's exactly how I always remembered it. So anyways, the house on the other side will come into play later. So, me and my mother and my grandmother, we all, because it's poor, there's 3 bedrooms, but one bedroom's being used for storage. There's only 2 actual bedrooms used for sleeping in. So, all the ladies, all of us females, had to sleep in the same bed. It was a very, very big bed, I remember. Or maybe big because I was little. I was tiny. So anyways, I just remembered I would hear a voice without a body, a voice that was not familiar to me. And my grandfather, he was sleeping in another room and he kept the door closed, and it was not him because my grandparents are Native American. They speak Navajo fluently, and my grandfather has a very, very thick Native American accent. Like, I can't really do it unless I'm like speaking some of it, and I say it horribly. But he's, oh god, I'm not even gonna try. But like, if you watch movies and you hear that accent, it's kind of similar to that. I swear it. And he had like some teeth missing, like some dental work, and he doesn't have a very clear voice. This man's voice I was hearing was very clear. He would ask me questions in the middle of the fucking night. Little me, little 5-year-old Kim, did not comprehend that voices should have a body and a face to converse with. Me, I was just answering questions. He was just like, how was your day? And I was like, good. And he's like, are you going to school? Yeah. Do you have to go to school tomorrow? Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Night night. So yeah, little Lolly Campolian talked to a disembodied voice. Good job, me. Okay, this happened for quite a while, and I just, no one ever woke up. I was the only one who heard this man's voice, and my mom and grandma never questioned it. And, like, I told my mom this, and she was like, what? And then she thought that was just weird, that there's this voice that she was also in the same room. She did not hear it. And I told her this story. By the way, both my grandparents have passed on, so I never got the chance to tell them this. So I told my mother this a few years ago, and she was creeped out, and then she was like, I wonder if it was the neighbor. And I was like, what? And she said, the next door neighbor, a man died in there. And I was like, oh, okay. Huh, that's interesting to know. So yeah, that was a very awkward thing to learn, that a man in the next house over died. And so that was all I told her. I did not tell her this other part. So my mother, she was in the reserves, which meant when you're in the reserves, you have to go away for some training. And my mother had to go away for training. Meanwhile, me and my mom were living in another place. She finally has enough money. We're living in an apartment. They're like a block away from the Astrodome, so we could walk to the Astrodome. And so I had to stay at my grandparents' house. And by this point, that storage room, I don't know if I told you, there's like one of the bedrooms is a storage room. And so they took the shit out of it, and it was put into a storage unit in their backyard. And the storage room was now my grandfather's bedroom. And the bedroom that he was in was now the guest bedroom. And I had to stay in there for like 2 weeks, I think, while my mom went off to like Wisconsin or whatever. And so I would stay there. And once again, little young naive me does not comprehend the existence of ghosts. I just know there's something in that house, because one time when I was staying there, when my mom was out of town and I had to stay there, I remember I would look at the doorway, and I would see, like, even in darkness, I saw like an even darker like outline of a man standing in the doorway, like, or not in like in the hallway. And so yeah, like right around that area. And so anyways, I remember I would be freaked out by that. And so I closed the door. That's the easiest way. I think that kind of leads to why I want the door closed, because I cannot stand having a door open. I hate it. I just hate it. And so yeah. And so anyways, my grandmother, she was annoyed by this. She's like, keep the door open. I'm like, she didn't know, but I was closed the door. Anyways, the figure outside the doorway made me not want to pee. I refused to pee. I refused to go potty in any sort. So yeah, that's probably why I can hold it for really long to this day. So yeah. Okay. And I remember like there was like a alarm clock in the in the room, and it would go off even though we were not living there, but it would go off. And that was really annoying. Like, no one was staying in there. That alarm clock was in there like all these years, and it would go off. Like, I would think that would further prove the existence that there was something else in that house. So, yeah. Anyways, and I know, once again, this wasn't my grandfather, because my grandfather was actually not that tall. Like, even, like, the last time I saw him, I was actually taller. I'm taller than most of my male relatives from my mother's side. Huh. So, yeah. So I saw a thing from Skype. Okay. And so, yeah, it wasn't my grandfather's like voice. It wasn't my grandfather at all. It wasn't my grandmother at all. My grandma's really short. She's very short. See, my mother's side of the family, they're just all short people. I'm freakishly tall because I'm mixed. Okay. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. And that happened several times. And I did not like it. I did not like, I think that's why I just don't like the fact that my parents, either one of them going out of town, because I think I think that kind of scarred me for life because of that. I think that kind of helped develop the person I am with things I hate. Ah. All right. Um, so one more thing, I guess. It didn't happen to me personally, but it was a thing that happened nonetheless. Like I said, we lived by the Astrodome, and so when we're driving, oh, I forgot the street's name. It's like heading toward like the Memorial Park area. I don't know why. I remember just driving really short, but I looked on Google Maps. It's actually really, really long. Like, wow. Hold on. Oh my god, Selena was on. I missed it? No! I love Selena. Oh my god. Okay, I guess the funny thing is, of course, is I would know about her because I grew up in Houston. Her. All right. So let me go to Houston. It's a very, 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 very big city. It's like the fourth largest city, I think, in the U.S. All right. Let me see. There's like 4 dots. All right, here we go. Is that, yep, there's that street. There's the Astrodome. Okay, I think the street that we're driving up to get to the Memorial Park or no, computer, you stopped at this instant. Oh, I'll continue. My screen went dark. So the street it kind of cuts off into a fork. It was either on Fannin Street or Greenbrier Drive. The street is just, it's heading north. It's just east of the Astrodome. So, yeah. My nose is being such a bitch. So I don't remember which one it is, but anyways, when we were driving north, there was a building. There was a building. It was like abandoned. It still looked in pretty decent shape. It was fenced off, so no one was allowed to park or drive on the property. There were never any cars there. And right around this time, me and my mom were introduced to the ideas of hauntings and ghosts. And so, when we drove by this building, regardless of the time of day, it was like it's like not too tall. It's like maybe 12 or 14 floors, and right around like 2/3 of the way, like, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10th floor, there was a like one room, all the lights were off except for one, and it was like always the same room, the same light was on. It was like a fluorescent light, because most places had like fluorescent lights. They still do. And it was like kind of flickering, because that's what fluorescent lights do. And it was just really weird. I just remember I pointed out to my mom one day, and we both just got freaked out, and we're like, oh hell no, we're going to fuck away. So that's what we did. Yeah. And so, yeah, that's all the weird, creepy things that I can remember living in Texas. And you got to learn a little more about me. Okay, so I've talked about my ghosty things. Now I want to hear yours. Did anything ever happen to you guys, or someone where this happened to someone? They had weird, creepy things go bump in the night, or talk to you in the middle of the night. Ha ha ha. So, yeah. Okay. So, I don't know. What's the typical thing to say? Like, comment, subscribe, hear more spooky things from me, or non-spooky. I sometimes do little freaky, I don't know, kooky things I may talk about. This is just like part of a like series. I'm gonna be talking about like spooky things. So it's like if you're interested in that, I don't know, you could just wait for till that happens. So, anyways, until the next video, I'll see you guys later. So take care now. Bye bye.